Did you have a good day yesterday? See? What's going on in Georgia? Anything? A lot of rain. Well, I wish you'd send some of that rain up here. That would be nice. Do you have big plans for the weekend? All right. Very good. I kind of did that last weekend, this past weekend. I didn't do much. Yeah, I did go play cornhole last night. Have you ever played cornhole? Well, you've probably seen it. It's like where they have like bean bags, and you like a wooden platform with a hole up at the top, and obviously you try to get the bean bag in the hole, but you play in like teams. It's like a team play. Good morning, Marlacia. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, yeah, cornhole. Well, I'm new to cornhole. Okay, I just started this last summer. But I went up last night and I played 3 rounds and I won. I only won one. My teammate and we only won one, but that's okay because I hadn't played in a couple of weeks. And it's all for fun. It's not any big deal. Although in September there is a tournament, so I need to practice, right? Yeah. But anyway, I enjoy that. Gets me out of the house for an hour or so, Yeah. Marlisha, how about you, my friend? How was your day yesterday? You can unmute if you feel comfortable. Hola, Arshad. Don't forget your camera. Yeah, sitting at home, relaxing. Absolutely. You guys been getting some rain, I hear. Buenos dias, Malia. Did you guys have a good day yesterday? See? Ooh, Malia, you're looking good this morning. It's pretty early to be looking that good. Buenos dias, Joe Marion. How are you today? Ying? All right. All right, you guys. So today is miércoles, right? Hoy es miércoles. Yeah. And so we have a shorter time period today. So what I really want to do today is I want us to practice uh, with those questions. Okay. So we're going to start basically a story today, and we're not going to do the whole story. We're just going to chunk it up. We'll do a little bit at a time, so it's not so like crazy overwhelming. We're going to work on it together. Okay. So your feedback is super duper important. And then, and that'll probably be all we have time for today. Okay. But first, good, Joe Marion. But first, clase, over here, what do these words mean? So, like, I don't know, el taco, la mochila, los tacos, las mochilas. What do these words all mean? They all have the same meaning. What does it mean if I say el perro es marrón, right? El perro es very good, Joe Marion. La mochila, right? Backpack, mochila. La mochila es grande. What am I saying? What is that L or la? Very good, Jo Marion. Any guesses? What's it mean in English? Los perros corren, right? Corren, running. Marlecia, very good. Anybody else? So if you see this sentence, I'll put a sentence in the chat, okay? And let's say la, I don't know, la profesora es, I don't know, give me a word, es alta. Let's just keep it simple. Okay, so check out the chat, you guys. What does the word la mean there? Yay, very good. Yeah. Anyone else? Rashad? Brooklyn? Meaning the, yeah? So all of these words mean the, isn't that right? So what's different about them? So the similarity is that they all mean the. What is different though? What is different about them? What's the difference between el and la? Or el and los? Ideas? Yay, very good. Masculine and feminine. Yep. So el is masculine, the. La is feminine, the. Well, then what about los and las? What about los and las? What are they? I mean, they're obviously masculine, right? Los is masculine and las is feminine. But how else are they different? What are those four, Arshad? What are those four things we always have to think about, you guys, in Spanish? Whether or not something is masculine, feminine, and what? Singular and plural. There you go. So el and la are the that are masculine and feminine. Y'all know this, right? And los and las are the, but masculine and plural, los, feminine and plural, las, right? That's it. But they all mean the. How crazy is that? Okay. Yep. All right. Muy bien, clase. So let me switch my background. Maybe it's going to let me. Hey, there it is. All right. So, ¿qué vamos a hacer? What are we going to do today, clase? ¿Qué vamos a hacer? Hoy es miércoles, Wednesday, el 13 agosto. You guys, were almost halfway through August, which is kind of cray-cray to me. Vamos a conocer a Mario el Caballo. Mario el Caballo, clase. So listening skills today, right? If I go too fast, if I go too slow, remember to tell me in the chat. You can yell at me. Clase, Mario es un caballo, sí o no? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Mario es un caballo, sí o no? Sí o no? Sí, yes or no? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Mario es un caballo? Sí, Mario es un caballo. Es un caballo blanco, right? Mario es blanco. Blanco, remember our colors? Mario es blanco. Sí, okay. So this is the kind of thing that we're going to do today, right? And so the quicker you answer me in chat, the faster we can go. If you don't know, here's the thing. If you don't know, you tell me IDK in the chat, and then I'll try to like reword it, or I'll slow down or something like that, right? That's kind of your clue to me. Y'all with me on this? Yeah? As we go through and read and ask questions? Okay, muy bien. If you want to follow along, it's in the module. You don't have to, right? Your job today is to just listen. Okay, so let's just start by listening, and I'll just share my screen with you. Okay. And remember, you guys, we're learning how to do this. So I don't expect like perfection or, anything like that. I don't expect any of that. I just expect feedback from you guys, some answers, whether they're good, bad, right, or wrong, doesn't make a difference, right? The chat box is our friend, okay, because it's our scrap paper. All righty, so give me a thumbs up before I start. And let me know if you can see my screen. Muy bien. Everybody can see my screen. Arshad, I need you to look at me, listen to us, join us in class. Gracias, Malia. Jo Marion, you with me? Because yes, Jo Marion said a thumbs up. I lost my chat box. All right, there it is. Okay. Bueno. All right, so take a look at my screen. So I put the question words in there, and I'm also going to put them in my background. Okay, you guys, so you'll have them in both places. I don't know which is easier depending upon your Zoom screen. Okay, all right. So the first thing that we're going to do is I want you guys to just take a look. There's several sentences here, and this is paragraph 1, right, of our story. What I would like you to do, first of all, is do you see any cognates? Now, every time we read, I should say this, every time we look at a story, we're not going to necessarily go through this step by step. But since we're kind of new at this, I'm going to take the time and do it. So if you see a cognate, pop it in the chat, or you feel free to unmute. So I'll give you a minute to just take a look at the paragraph on the screen. Do you guys see any cognates? Very good. Normal. Okay, that's a good one. Any others? I'll just circle them or something while you guys give them to me. We said normal. Okay. Anything else? All right, very good. Favorito. Very good. Someone said animal. And somebody said, very good, Marlisha. Somebody said idea. Right? So we have normal, animal, favorite, and idea. All right, so that kind of lays us some groundwork. Okay, you guys did real well with those. Okay, here's my next question. Can we find, you guys, some describing words? Pop them in the chat. Adjectives, right? Can you find some describing words? What do you think? Take a look at what you have up on the screen. Arshad, I'd like to hear from you. Jo Marion. What are some describing words? Okay, very good, Marlisha. So she says blanco, which is right. Okay, white colors, right, are describing. Any other describing words? Very good, Brooklyn. That's going to be, okay. Yeah, very good, Jo Marion. So normal is also a describing word. Okay. Yep. Very good. Okay. Someone said in the chat this word zebra. Okay. So let's talk about that. We may or may not know what it means, and that's fine. That's the whole point. Okay. But if this word means la, if it means the, right, you guys, then it's not going to be a describing word, right? This is going to be a noun. This is going to be a thing if we're saying the, right? Make sense? So kind of clues, you know, in our reading. Okay. Bueno. All right. Here's the next one. Can we find, now careful, this is a little tricky. That's why I kind of saved it for last. Can we find actions, verbs, right? Now, before you start hunting, let's think about what is a verb, because there's different kinds of action. There's like verbs of motion where you're running or talking, you know, where you can actually see what's going on. And then there's verbs where you maybe can't see, right? Like sleeping or thinking or, I don't know. I can't think of another one off the top of my head, but like breathing or something, praying, right? Just if your mouth is not moving, you don't know what's going on in your head, right? So there are verbs of motion, if you will, and then verbs or actions where you can't really see. It's not a motion. Okay. So with that in mind, can you see something that is an action or a verb, whether it's a motion or whether it's not a motion? Pop them in the chat. Remember, you guys, the chat boxes are placed to make all of our mistakes. So don't worry about it. Just pop in your ideas. Oh, very good, Marlecia. So we'll do quiere as an action. Anybody else? Because 99% of our sentences have to have an action, right? So what would you guess are the actions here? Jo Marion, Brooklyn, Marlecia, Arshad. What's an action? Remember, it doesn't have to be motion. Or you can tell me IDK in the chat. Remember, that's an option as well. IDK, all right. Brooklyn, woohoo, very good. So piensa, and we'll talk about these in a minute. Piensa is also, I'm going to put a little V up here, right? Verb or action. Anybody else? Find another one or IDK. All right. Thank you, Marlecia. Anyone else? All right. So let's look, you guys. Mario es un caballo. Do we know what caballo is based on the image that I showed you today in my background? Do you remember the picture I had in my background? What was Mario? A horse. There you go. So un caballo, you guys, is a horse, right? Horse. A horse. So our first sentence we could translate as Mario is a horse. So now which one of these is our action? Mario is a horse. What's happening in this sentence? See, this is weird. This is hard, right? You guys, it gets easier, trust me. Mario is a horse. What's happening in that sentence? You guys, Mario is, right? Is living, yeah? To be, okay? To exist. And so that's one of those verbs that is not like a motion, an action where you're moving around, okay? But it is a verb, passive is what they call it, because there's no motion to it or movement. But in this case, because it is, you are existing, right? You are, okay? So we can see it here. We can see it here. We can see it here. Okay. So we have is in our first line here, right? All right. Mario no quiere ser un caballo blanco y normal. Does anybody know what quiere means? By chance, quiere? Okay. All right. So I'm going to tell you want, right? Want. We don't need an S, so want. Okay. All right. Do we recognize this word? We do. That was our verb to be. Yo soy, tú eres. Remember? Usted es, él es, right? So if we have S up here, how come we have ser over here? Well, our rule is in Spanish, if we have one, this is verb number one, to be, to want, then verb number two has to be in the original form because we've already changed this one up to match Mario. Okay, so we have two verbs in this sentence, want and to be. Okay, so here we have S again. Here we have wants to be again, right? Piensa. Mario piensa en una idea. Well, we're talking about an idea, right? We said this was a cognate. So what do we do? What verb could we guess this to be? Mario does what of an idea? What do we do with the idea? We think. Very good. It's very good. So this is think. Okay. Okay. So let's look at it. I'm going to read it in Spanish. You all follow along with me. Okay. And then I'm going to ask you, what do you think the main idea here is? Okay. All right. So Mario es un caballo. Es un caballo blanco. Es un caballo normal. Mario no quiere ser un caballo blanco y normal. Okay, let me say that again. Mario no quiere ser un caballo blanco y normal. El animal favorito de Mario es la cebra. La cebra. Right? Mario quiere ser cebra. Mario piensa en una idea. Do you have a guess what this word zebra could mean? Very good. All right. Very good, you guys. Muy bien. So it's kind of a cognate, right? Zebra. Yep. Okay. Muy bien. So what's going on here? You can unmute. You don't have to just pop it in the chat. What is going on in this paragraph? Mario es un caballo. Es un caballo blanco. Es un caballo normal. Mario no quiere ser un caballo blanco y normal. El animal favorito de Mario es la cebra. Mario quiere ser cebra. Mario piensa en una idea. What is going on here? What do y'all think? Very good. Brooklyn. Okay, so he doesn't like being a normal white horse. Okay, these first three lines here says Mario's a horse, right? He's a white horse. He's a normal horse. And then it says, changes up. And it says, oh, Mario no quiere ser, right? He doesn't want to be. Mario no quiere ser a white normal horse. Okay. His favorite animal is the zebra. So what is this line here telling us? Mario quiere ser zebra. Very good, Marlecia. Mario wants to be a zebra. Okay, he doesn't want to be a normal white horse, he wants to be a zebra. Mario piensa en una idea. What is that? Mario piensa en una idea. What does that mean? What's the idea here? Mario, what's he do? What's he do, y'all? Piensa en una idea. What's he doing? Very good, Malaysia. So Mario thinks of an idea. Absolutely. Okay. So we have a translation. We have all of our parts and pieces together. Okay. What I would like for you guys to do in the chat, because I do want you to do this one in the chat, not in out loud. In the chat, in English. Okay, y'all, in English. What questions can we ask in this paragraph? So let's brainstorm some questions. You have the question words here, right, in Spanish, but they're also in English. So based on each sentence or whatever, what questions can we ask in English? Okay, now remember, that's a good question, Brooklyn, but this text isn't going to help us answer that. Are you with me? So we need those questions that we've been practicing, the ones that are right there that we can point to the answer. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't clear. Anybody else? Think of the who, what, where, when, why, blah, blah, blah. Basic questions that we can answer based on this text in English. Just pop them in the chat, please. What questions could we ask that we would be able to answer based on this paragraph? Could we ask you guys, what is he thinking? Could we ask that? What is he thinking? Could we ask that? And yeah, we could ask what, very good, Arshad. What's his favorite animal? We could ask that. What else could we ask that we can find? We can point to the answer right there. Yeah, very good. What animal is Mario? Very good. What other questions in English, you guys, based on what we have up here on the screen that we could point to the answer? Any other questions? What question could we ask to find out what Mario looks like in English? Yeah, what color is he? Right, very good. What color is he? What else? How about his name? Could we say, what is the horse's name? Yeah, because that, you know, that's in there. What's the horse's name? Because we said, what is Mario, right? But what is the horse's name? How about what does Mario want to be? Did y'all ask me that one? I forget. I don't see that in here. What does Mario want to be? Could we ask that question? Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's try it in Spanish. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. You see the question words on the screen, I hope. I know it's kind of small, but there's also some behind me. So maybe you can, you know, flip back and forth on your Zoom screen or whatever y'all need to do. Okay. And I'm going to try to go in order of the paragraph just to keep it easy. And what I want you guys to do in the chat, or I may call on you, okay, is to answer the question. So remember, I'm gonna ask you these right there questions. In other words, the ones that you can just pluck out the answer, right? The one you can just point to. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start up here. First sentence up here. All right. And I'll read the line, and then we'll see what kind of questions based on what you all put in the chat and that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and I'll try to do them in order that y'all. Okay, here we go. So Mario es un caballo. es un caballo blanco? Es un caballo normal, right? So my first question, clase, ¿qué es Mario? So find your question word. ¿Qué? ¿Qué es Mario? And then you can pop your answer in the chat in English or in Spanish. It doesn't matter. ¿Qué es Mario? Perfect, Marlacia. Perfect, Brooklyn. Jamarian, Arshad, Malia. ¿Qué es Mario? What does ¿qué mean? It's behind my head or it's up on your screen. What? Okay, so ¿qué es Mario? What is Mario? So what's our answer, you guys? Jamarian, I'd like to hear from you. Good, Arshad. ¿Qué es Mario? Y'all put your answer, the quicker y'all put your answers in, the quicker we can move, right? Okay, muy bien. Yes, Mario es un caballo. He's a horse. Okay. Let's see. All right, listen carefully. ¿De qué color es Mario? ¿De qué color es Mario? Just pop it in the chat. One word is fine. ¿De qué color es Mario? Very good, Brooklyn. Very good, Marlacia. Malia, how about you? Rashad, Jomarian? This is about listening, right? ¿De qué color es Mario? ¿De qué color? Very good. Anyone else? Remember, IDK is an answer. Very good. ¿De qué color es Mario? Jomarian? ¿De qué color es Mario? Sí. Muy bien. Clase Mario es blanco. He's white. Yeah. He's a white horse. Okay. All right. ¿Cómo se llama? ¿Cómo se llama el caballo? Clase, yo me llamo señora Rovello. Tú te llamas Brooklyn o Malia. Tú te llamas Arshad. Good job, Brooklyn. ¿Cómo se llama el caballo? ¿Cómo se llama? Marlecia, tú te llamas Marlecia. Yo me llamo señora Rovello. ¿Cómo se llama el caballo? Remember, in the chat, you can tell me IDK or pop an answer in, but don't leave me here waiting. ¿Cómo se llama el caballo? ¿Cómo se llama? Marlecia, tú te llamas Marlecia. ¿Cómo se llama el caballo? There you go. Muy bien. Sí, clase. ¿Cómo se llama? What's his name? Right? ¿Cómo se llama el caballo? What is the horse's name? Se llama Mario. Se llama Mario. Very good, you guys. All right, a few more questions. Okay, we're going to come down here. We're going to come down here to this one. ¿Cuál es el animal favorito de Mario? ¿Cuál es? Right? ¿Cuál es? Very good, Brooklyn. ¿Cuál es el animal favorito de Mario? Very good, Marlecia. Here's our cuál, you guys, right here. ¿Cuál es el animal favorito de Mario? Remember, I don't know is an answer, right? IDK is an answer. So tell me in chat. So I'm not waiting. ¿Cuál es el animal favorito de Mario? So clase, if cuál is which or what? ¿Cuál es el animal favorito? Which one is his favorite animal, or what is Mario's favorite animal, clase? Our answer es la cebra. La cebra. La cebra es el animal favorito de Mario. Okay. All right. Clase. I'm up here, or I'm here now. ¿Qué quiere ser Mario? ¿Qué quiere ser Mario? Joe Marion, Arshad, I'd like to hear from you. ¿Qué quiere ser Mario? So we got to know, what does ¿qué mean, right? What or which? ¿Qué quiere ser Mario? What's our answer? Very good, Malia. ¿Qué quiere ser? Right? If quiere means want and ser means to be, and I say ¿qué? What does Mario, right? ¿Qué quiere ser Mario? What does Mario want to be? Our answer, you guys, Mario quiere ser cebra. Okay. So we're practicing these question words, right? We're practicing being able to pluck out the answers, right? Even if it seems obvious to some of us, okay? I still need to know that you can put it together, okay? Okay. Let's try a different question word, right? How about if I say, I'm going to come back up here. How about if I say quién with an N at the end? ¿Quién es un caballo normal? ¿Quién es un caballo normal? ¿Quién? So what's our question word quién mean? Can you see it behind me? It's also here. Right? Very good. Who? All right. So if quién means who, I'll ask it again. ¿Quién es un caballo normal? So what do you think I'm asking? ¿Quién es? Yeah, very good. Who is a normal horse or an average horse? Okay. So what would our answer be? ¿Quién es? Yes, Mario, right? Mario es un caballo normal, right? So the question, who is an average horse? It looks like normal, but let's just say average. Who's an average horse? Mario, right? ¿Quién es un caballo normal? Mario es un caballo normal. Okay. All right. One more question. I'm going to give you a hard one. Okay, you guys, hard one. So let's listen. So my question to you is como, right? Y'all see this word here, como? All right. So here's the question. This is a hard one. It's kind of a trick one. ¿Cómo es Mario el caballo? ¿Cómo es Mario el caballo? First of all, let's figure out what I'm asking. ¿Cómo es Mario el caballo? What do you think I'm asking? Okay, very good, Jamarian. So how is Mario? Well, there's nothing in here that says, you guys, that he's sick or anything like that. How is he? Doesn't say he's fine or he's having a bad day or anything like that. So what the heck am I asking, right? So the reason I save this for last is because we need to be aware in Spanish that question word como is not only for things like how are you, okay, or what's your name or whatever, okay, but also when we want a description. So let's say, I don't know, let's say Brooklyn had a new boyfriend or something like that, right? And she was all excited and she was telling me all about him, okay, but I've never seen the guy before. I could say, you know, como es? How is he? What's he like? Yeah, como es? Describe him to me. Okay, so in Spanish, that question word como also is asking for a description. So if I say to you, como es Mario el caballo, clase, our answer would be, Mario es un caballo blanco y normal. Because those are the two describing words that we have for Mario, white and average. Okay, so como es Mario el caballo? Es blanco y normal. I'm asking you for a description. Okay, does that make sense, you guys? It doesn't really. It's just something that we have to know about Spanish, right? Okay, all right. Before we have about a minute left in the chat. Okay, I need some feedback from you, and I always do these 3, 2, 1 things. So you all tell me how you felt about this. So 3, I felt comfortable and I realize why we have to do it. 2, I struggled a little bit and I get why we have to do it. 1, I was totally lost. I didn't understand anything you said and I hated it. Okay, that's our 3, 2, 1. So pop your answer in the chat. Okay. Arshad, Malia. Very good. Arshad. Okay, good. You guys did a fantastic job today. All right, great job. Pat yourselves on the back. It's hard. It's hard, you guys. So you did a great job. All right, nos vemos mañana, right? See you tomorrow morning. Full class tomorrow. See? All right, adios. Great job today. Pat yourselves on the back. Adios, clase.